Hi guys, so today we are here to talk about the Master Palette by Mario and Anastasia of Beverly Hills. So I stood up all night waiting for this to launch, that way I didn't miss out on this palette. And for some reason this palette has not sold out yet, which means that you guys can still get it online, and when it comes to stores, I believe on the 20th, then you can purchase it there. Now when you open it up, you get a mirror here, and then you get the shadows. This comes on it to protect your shadows, and then you get this brush here. And it's just a fluffy brush at one end, and then kind of a thicker, more dense brush on the other side. My brush in this one here has been shedding on the fluffy side, so that's one thing that I don't like too much, but I don't really care because I don't really use this brush very much. So let's go ahead and get into the colors and swatches of this particular palette. So when you get this palette, it does fold back all the way. You get 12 different shadows. 3 of them are matte, and then on the website it said that some of them are shimmers and some of them are satins. Let's go ahead and get into the swatches. Lola, Hollywood, Isabel, and NYC. Here we go. So Lola, Hollywood, Isabel, NYC. Violetta, Kim, Fifth Avenue, and Muse. There's Violetta, Kim, Fifth Avenue, and Muse. Marina, Bronx, Claudia, and Paris. And here's Marina, Bronx, Claudia, and Paris. Let's go ahead and get into the pros of this. So the pros of this palette is it is very good quality. It is similar quality to the Renaissance palette, which I have right here. Except for in the Renaissance palette, I believe you're getting 2 more shadows than you are in this one. Here's the Renaissance palette, and then here is the Mario palette. So with this particular palette, I feel like I can use it every single day to work and to go out with. And with this palette, for some of the colors you can use on an everyday basis, but for most of the pinky colors, if you're not really into bold colors like that, this one is something that you would use more on an occasion. Actually, I use both of them every single day because I like the Renaissance palette, and if I want to wear a pink color, I'm going to wear a pink color. But for this one, if you're more of a I want to look natural type of look, this is the palette for you. The quality of the eyeshadows are absolutely amazing. The only eyeshadow that had an issue with Hollywood, it's kind of a lighter color. It doesn't show up so much on my skin. For the most part, you can pack it on there, and I would use like a spray for Hollywood if you're a little bit darker skin like I am, and you can't really tell because the lighting in my room is very bright, but I am a little bit of a darker skin. I'm like a medium tone. So for you lighter skin girls, Hollywood I believe will show up on your skin very well, and that is the only shadow within this palette that I had an issue with as far as pigment went. So I have green eyes, and I don't think that any look that I've done with this palette looks bad on my eyes at all. I've been able to come up with a few different looks without them looking muddy, which is really nice. I can determine where the color ends and starts with this particular palette, which is the same thing that I can do with the Modern Renaissance palette. But so far I have been enjoying the quality of both of those palettes. The cons that I have for this palette are that Hollywood does not show up on my eyes very much. It is one of the more muted of the palettes, and so it's gonna look good probably in the corner of the eye, or as a eyebrow highlight, because also this palette does not have a matted highlight in there, which is one of the other complaints that I have. Most people want a matted highlight for their brow or something like that, and this palette does not have that. One other, I only got 3 cons for this. One other con that I have for this is that the colors are definitely muted, if that makes sense. So they're not like the Modern Renaissance palette where you have pinks and whites and golds and browns and all that stuff. You do have, you know, you do have a few of the pinks where you got, you know, NYC, and you've got Muse and Merino for that matter. And then you got Bronx here, and you've got Claudia, which are blue and green, but that's all you got. I would have liked to have seen maybe a darker pink color like they had in the Renaissance palettes, like the Love Note. That would have been really nice, something of that similar color in here. Maybe a very white color for the brow bone. Other than that, I think that the transition colors, Isabel, Lola, and Valletta, are all very nice transitions colors for everybody's skin tone. Lola could be used for light skin tones. Isabel could be used for, you know, my skin tone, and also Valletta could be used for darker, richer skin tones. So I believe that Mario and Anastasia did really well with that as far as a transition color. But I've also found that I can use all three of them as a transition color without a problem, and I've been able to blend them out to where I want them. So even though like this Valletta is kind of a darker color, I can still use it as a transition color, no problem whatsoever, even with my lighter-ish toned skin. So like I said, I really have been enjoying this palette. I don't think that if you went to a store and looked at it that you would be disappointed. I think that you would want to pick it up. It is $45, and the Modern Renaissance I believe was $42. So they are going up a little bit in price, but you have to remember that when they do a collab with somebody, they have to pay that person. So I'm assuming that the extra $2 to $3 was for that, and I'm okay with that. This is a palette that I will not be sending back, so I'm excited to have this, and I will continue to use this palette on a daily basis, just like I use my Modern Renaissance palette. I have pretty much fallen in love with this palette. I do think that they could have done a little bit better by giving us a few different looks in the palette. I've done a few different looks with this, and I feel like a lot of the looks look a little similar with different colors. So, I mean, you get the same kind of look because the shadow colors are kind of within the same color range, if that makes any sense. But other than that, I love the palette, I love the quality. And I feel like every time Anastasia comes out with a new eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be buying them if they continue to be the quality like this. I'm not disappointed with this shadow palette that came out. So that is my review of this lovely little palette. Stay tuned if you want to see how I got this eye look. That will be up next. Thank you so much for stopping by and seeing my review on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Master palette by Mario. I really highly suggest you pick it up if you're wanting like an everyday look type of palette. It's a very nice palette. I think it will fit everybody's skin tone as far as light, medium, and darker skin tones. I think that he did a really good job picking those colors out just for that reason. So yeah, I have been enjoying it. I hope you guys like this review. Let me know if you have any questions about this palette at all, and let me know if you want me to do a get ready with me of some sort so you can see how I use the palette, you know, more in depth, I guess. And I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. Stay tuned for their little eye tutorial so you can see how these shadows actually work, and I shall talk to you guys sometime next week. Bye!